what's going on with this weather? Short answer, global warming. And as it stands right now, 2023 is shaping up to be the hottest year for the entire planet ever recorded. Mind you, we've been recording the climate since 1850. We revised the system in 1880, but we still kept the records and we updated them, right? We added to it. So that's 173 years. So over the course of the last 173 years, let's look at the top 10 years where the weather has been ridiculous. The top 10 hottest years. Here we go. 10th place, we got 2010, naturally. 9th place, we have 2014. 8th and 7th place are tied between 2021 and 2018. Then 6th place and 5th place are tied between 2022 and 2015. Then we got 4th place at 2017. At this point, just take a wild guess what the top 3 hottest years ever recorded were. Here we go. So 3rd place, we have 2019, 2nd place, 2020, and number 1 was 2016. So we've been talking about climate change for forever. If you talk to anybody that's at least 20 years old, they've heard about climate change their entire life. If you talk to anybody that's at least 30 years old, they'll tell you summers didn't used to be this hot. So just anecdotal evidence will tell you that the earth is actually getting warmer, right? So, and it's not like this is coming from some random organizations. These are like legit big organizations. Let me give you a couple. NASA monitors this. The Copernicus Climate Change Program, established by the European Union, monitors climate change. Research from the UC Berkeley Energy and Climate Change Institute, and then the NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and that's based in Washington. So one of the things that happens to people, or just the general population, is that we hear about climate change a lot from politicians, and we tend to kind of not believe politicians. I get it. However, anecdotal evidence is telling us that this climate change thing is real. So now let's talk about, well, we're going to talk about the weather and the climate. And I didn't even know this until I started doing research, but it's very, very different things. Weather is, it's a nice day out today, I'm going to go out. Oh, what's the weather for Friday? I have to plan something, right? But climate is weather over at least a 30-year span. So whenever you hear climate change on the internet or on TV or whatever, they're talking about what the weather is like for at least 30 years. And over the course of time, since 1850, the data shows that the Earth's temperature is at the surface of the Earth's temperature across the planet is actually getting gradually warmer. So in order for the entire planet to heat up, it's going to take a massive amount of energy, or it's going to take a massive force for that to happen. And that's why it's such a big deal. So you got top companies like Microsoft, Tesla, basically all the top biggest companies you can think of. They're all trying to somewhat be carbon neutral or reduce the damage that they do to the climate. So why is this important, right? Let's talk about this for a second. So if you're planning an outdoor event, like in a week or so, you're going to check the weather, not necessarily the climate. But if you're a farmer and you're planning to be a farmer for a long time, you are going to check the climate, and farmers are very important. Other things that other people that check the climate are people who might live next to the coastline, people in New York, people in California, people all around the world who live close to the ocean. They also have to be aware of what could potentially happen within the next 10, 15 years based on what's already happened over the last 30 plus years, over the last 170 years plus. So now let's get into it some more, right? So other things that are important to climate change is the water companies that provide water to your house. They are thinking about the climate as well, because they check the precipitation levels and the river levels, and they are able to monitor the water supply and know, okay, based on the last 30 years, at this point in time, we should be doing this. And this is why you see things like drought warnings. You can't water your lawn at a certain time of the day. You can't water your lawn more than 2 times a week. All these things are based on climate change. So these are just a few things that I wanted to bring up, because I got out of the truck today to shoot a video and I started sweating immediately. So I said, you know what, everybody else is dealing with the same thing. let's make a video about this, let's talk about it. So I did the research, got you guys some information. And if you have any questions or comments, just let me know and in the comments, and we'll talk about it in the next one.